Hey everyone, welcome to Brain Cell Central. Today we're going over endothermic versus exothermic processes and how to answer those types of questions. So if you're having trouble, hopefully I can make it a bit clearer for you. So the first thing that you need to understand is how to decipher between the system and the surrounding in the question. And essentially that pretty much just means what POV is the question asking from. So think of it as the system is the main character. So this is the main character, this is our system. And our surroundings are just like all the side characters, the background characters, like what they do can affect your life, but you're still the main character, okay? So that's pretty much all you need to know about that. The system is the main thing, the surroundings is everything around it. The next thing that you need to know is heat. Heat. So heat is represented by the Q, and something that is important to know is heat is not temperature. They are not the same thing. But heat is energy that is flowing in or out of a system because of a difference in temperature between the system and the surroundings. So if the main character has a different temperature than the side character, there's going to be heat exchange because they're different temperatures. So think of it like this. So this is our main character, this is our side character, our system and our surrounding, and they're chilling together, and the system is saying like, yo, I have too much heat, and our surroundings are like, okay, I'll take some. So now we're transferring our heat in between each other. So they're transferring heat, and once they become the same temperature, the heat flow will stop because then they've reached equilibrium, okay? So now they're in their equilibrium era. They've reached equilibrium. They're no longer different temperatures. So the heat flow stops. And that's pretty much it for heat. Okay, now when it comes to endothermic and exothermic, so endothermic pretty much just means the system is taking heat, so it starts cold and it ends hot. And then exothermic means that the opposite, it starts hot and then it ends cooler. So the system is giving the heat when it's exothermic. So I think of it as like exothermic means like ex, like your ex-boyfriend or something, like you're giving him away. Like, I don't want you anymore. You're my ex-boyfriend for a reason. So like you can have him, pretty much. That's how I think of it, is like, okay, ex, I don't want you anymore. So I have too much heat. I don't want you anymore. So now I'm giving it away. That's just the way I think of it. Anyways, so yeah, now we can answer some questions. So the first thing that we need to do is identify the systems versus the surroundings. So our question says, your hand gets hot from your phone after binging TikTok for hours. Is it endothermic or exothermic? So first thing that we need to do is determine the system and the surroundings. So we either have your hand or your phone. Which one do we think is going to be the system? Which one do we think is going to be the surroundings? So in this case, your hand is the system. Your hand is the main character. That's what's getting hot. So a little trick that I used in school, I don't know if everybody's teachers work this way, but my teacher said that whatever they put first in the question is usually the system. So in this case, it is. But your hand gets hot from your phone after binging TikTok for hours. Your hand is getting hotter. Your hand is the system. And because your hand is getting hotter, so it starts cold and it's getting hotter, it is endothermic. Okay? So that's that. And then we have one more question. Okay, so you microwave a burrito at 2 a.m. and it starts steaming. Is it endothermic or exothermic? So first thing we need to determine, systems versus surroundings. So which one is which? is our burrito or our steam, the system or surroundings. So in this case, same as the other question, the burrito came first. So that is the system. But another way to think of it is like the steam is not the main character. Obviously, the steam is surrounding the burrito. It's not as important as our burrito. We only care about eating the burrito. We don't care about the steam. So it is obviously the main character, and we're answering from our burrito POV. So our burrito is getting hotter because it starts cold and then it starts steaming. So it's started cold and then it got hot. So just like the other question, it is an endothermic process. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully cleared a few things up for you. This is a pretty basic explanation, but it can go a long way if you practice. So hopefully that helped, and see you guys in the next video.